There's no friend as loyal as a book. Ernest Hemingway. To support a person with a developmental disability, or any person whatsoever, is sometimes as challenging as going to another world. The rules we use to connect, interact, and engage in our world no longer apply to theirs, even if communication principles were universal. It is not a surprise that DSPs feel frustrated when they don't get along with clients. When this happens, they usually go to a superior or a friend for help and orientation. But they can tend to forget Hemingway's words, "The most loyal friend of all, a good book." That's why in this video, we will share with you the 3 most important books you should read, study, and review to turn yourself into a rock star DSP. The Hidden Kennedy Daughter. They were the most prominent American family of the 20th century. One daughter was a bit of a secret, though.
Not many people know about Rosemary Kennedy. People know all about the notable things that other Kennedy members have done, but there's a black cloud around Rosemary, the daughter of Joe and Rose Kennedy. Rosemary was different. At the time, they labeled this difference as retarded.
Diaries, correspondence, doctor's letters, and exclusive family interviews were the tools the author Kate Larson used to get us into the story of Rosemary, the child of the JFK family with developmental disabilities, who was left behind. The book is entitled Rosemary, the Hidden Kennedy Daughter.
Rosemary's life was heavily influenced by her controlling father, Joseph P. Kennedy. But in the end, Joe cared more about keeping up a great public image for the family than the well-being of his eldest daughter, Rosemary.
After being isolated for more than 20 years at a Wisconsin institution where she was lobotomized, Rosemary received JFK visits while he was campaigning in the Midwest. Only then did the family understand what happened to Rosemary, and then brought her home for family visits.
Eunice herself said, "It fills me with sadness to think that this change might not have been necessary if we had known what we've known today." You can't keep things like this secret anymore. She might have been able to live a full and happy life, but the public image of her family ultimately took priority over Rosemary's life in Joe's eyes. Luckily, today the family has done a lot for people with disabilities, but you have to wonder if they're just making up for what happened to their sister.
The Hidden Kennedy's Daughter is a fascinating account of Rosemary's life, attitudes within her family about a disability, and the public perception of disability from society. It is a story that will make you love and respect your job as an advocate for people with developmental disabilities more and more. Number 2, The Reason I Jump. Second on our list comes The Reason I Jump.
My mind is forever swaying this way and that.
The author was born in Japan in 1992. Diagnosed with severe autism when he was 5, he subsequently learned to communicate using a handmade alphabet grid and began to write poems and short stories. The Reason I Jump is the perfect example of a book about the uncertainties and challenges of someone with autism.
I've tried to stop her from being herself.
Written as a series of questions and answers, the author dives deep into the psyche, painting a picture of autism through their lens and answering common questions with the voice of a stylistic storyteller.
Right now, Joss is having a joy that I will never come close to.
To live my life as a human being, nothing is more important than being able to express myself.
There have been thousands of books dedicated to raising awareness and focused on the importance of helping people with autism live a quality life. The Reason I Jump is uniquely created by an autistic person. 3, Look Me in the Eye.
When I didn't look them in the eye, they would tell me that there was something wrong with me and I was a sociopath.
Look Me in the Eye is a best-selling book that tells the story of a boy who was always considered different, but he never knew why. The boy grew into a man passionate about machines because he couldn't understand humans. He spent his youth as a special effects technician for the rock band Kiss and finally found an answer to a crucial subject by accident.
One day this therapist came in and started talking to me, and we became friends. And several years later, he told me about the Asperger's. So it was just an extraordinary piece of luck, because it was truly a life-changing thing.
In this autobiographical New York Times bestseller, John Robison weaves the tale of his own life, struggling with having Asperger's syndrome without knowing it.
At the age of 40, John was officially diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, a form of autism.
How did it feel when someone gave a name to something that you had been struggling with all your life?
You know, the knowledge that these ways of being are actually normal for me, and there are actually so many other people like me that they have a name for it, that was just the most remarkable discovery.
John Robinson's brother and best-selling author, Augustin Burroughs, was the one who supported and encouraged him to transform his personal story into a book.
It's so heartfelt, it's so funny, and it shows you what people with autism or Asperger's are thinking that they are unable to express. And the most amazing thing about it is they are just like us. They have the same thoughts, the same insecurities, the same doubts, the same needs. They observe the same things, but you don't see that.
Look Me in the Eye is a must-read for all DSPs looking to understand Asperger's syndrome. It's also a good choice for all of those looking for answers to questions like why famous people post such strange things on social media.
Haha. I don't know, I thought it was funny. That's why I wrote haha at the end. Look, I know I sometimes say or post strange things, but that's just how my brain works.
And that is all. Thank you for watching. And remember, First Choice Family Services is your information source for the direct support industry.